What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. It's Friday, which means it's time for a T3 watch rant. Now guys, a few rants ago, I made an episode talking about the Holy Trinity and how we need to revise it. I kicked out Patek and AP, and I kept Vacheron, but I added JLC and Cartier, and we had a really interesting conversation in the comment section of that episode. If you want to join in on the fun, click here and watch that episode. But I gotta be honest with you, all the manufacturers I mentioned that day are kind of expensive, often cost prohibitive for us normal people. So a very common theme in my inbox once that video went live was about a potential affordable Holy Trinity. Does that exist, and could I make one? Now that's really interesting. It's 4:15 p.m. Let's get down to business. Alright, so I've made a little list of criteria. To be in my affordable Holy Trinity, you need to be prolific, orologically significant, innovative, and generally impressive, all the while being attainable for the general public. Now, unlike the current Holy Trinity, AP, Vacheron, Patek, these watches are often cost prohibitive for the general public. These watches in my affordable Holy Trinity, or these manufacturers I should say, they're generally pretty attainable and pretty affordable. Now, guys, in the past I've gotten some heat from some people whenever I use the word affordable or attainable or inexpensive. Some people have written to me and been like, oh, well, that's not affordable to me. That's not inexpensive to me. That's not attainable to me. Well, I have some sympathy for that, and I understand people have different spending habits and different spending abilities. So what I'm just gonna say is that to be in this Holy Trinity, most of the watches from these manufacturers are gonna be around $1,000 below and some above. All right, so without further ado, here's what I would consider the affordable Holy Trinity. First up, Seiko, an obvious pick. And this company has a ton of really innovative achievements under their belt. They made the first automatic production chronograph. They made the first production quartz watch, right? The Seiko Astron. And then again, in more kind of modern history, Seiko Epson Corporation spent a ton of time and a ton of resources developing things like the spring drive movement. Very, very just ridiculous. But guys, with a catalog for the most part under $1,000, I mean, Seiko's kind of a no-brainer. So yeah, it'd be very, very difficult not to mention them in my Holy Trinity of affordable watch companies. Now, my favorite Seiko is the Seiko Sarbo 17. It's got a 200-meter water resistance rating, threaded crown, dual crowns actually. The second crown actuates an internal rotating compass. It's got ridiculous Seiko LumiBrite lume. It's got shock resistance. Let's see, it's got beautiful, elegant styling, 39 millimeters, definitely wearable in a multitude of situations, elegant enough to be formal, but again, tough enough to be worn as a field watch. So yeah, Sarbo 17 Alpinist, my favorite Seiko of all time. The next watch manufacturer I'm going to add to my affordable Holy Trinity is Oris. Now, dating back to 1904, Oris has kind of had a bit of a renaissance in recent years. So currently, Oris is well known for kind of more functional pieces like the Aquis and their Pro Pilot series, all the way to more elegant pieces like their Atelier series. Now guys, when you consider that most, if not all, of Oris's current collection is well under $2,000, it's kind of a small price to pay for all the detail you're getting with this company. Oris has to be in my Holy Trinity of affordable watch manufacturers. Now guys, my favorite Oris is my Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot Date, a beautiful watch, kind of simple but incredibly durable. Let's see, around 41 millimeters. It's got a 100-meter water resistance rating, sapphire crystal, Swiss automatic movement, threaded crown, just an incredibly beautiful, simple, but really tough and functional watch. And actually, I was able to get that watch brand new a few years back for under $1,000. I know the price has bumped up a little bit since then, but easily one of the best purchases I've made, and yeah, love that watch. And last but not least, completing the affordable Holy Trinity, Hamilton. Now guys, you all know I am absolutely in love with Hamilton, originally an American watch company. Now it's owned by Swatch Group and all their manufacturing is in Switzerland. Now of course, Hamilton is well known for their field watches that have fought in multiple wars. They have some really funky Art Deco old school pieces, and who can forget the Hamilton Ventura, right? Elvis wore one, the Men in Black wear them. And they've made some really interesting divers, some really badass functional divers from the Frogman line. But of course, we have to consider the Jazzmaster series. I've said it multiple times, everyone needs a Jazzmaster in their collection. Just a beautiful series of dress watches with some really interesting designs. Again, they have skeletonized versions if you're interested in that. They have open heart versions and just some really classic thin line versions. Just gorgeous, gorgeous dress watches from Hamilton. But of course, my favorite Hamiltons have to be their field watches. Something about field watches in general I'm obsessed with, but my first ever automatic watch that I got when I was 8 years old was a Hamilton field watch LL Bean Dial RAF limited edition. I still have it, and it is a very, very cool watch. I'm currently wearing my Hamilton Khaki Field 42mm automatic. I love this watch. Now guys, I've made multiple episodes comparing and contrasting the Hamilton Khaki Field watches with other watches, but if you want to see the Hamilton Khaki Field automatic compared to the Hamilton Khaki Field mechanical, then go ahead and click up here and watch that episode. But you know, whether it's a Hamilton Frogman diver or a Jazzmaster or one of their many Hamilton Khaki Field watches, or maybe you're kind of funky and you want a Men in Black Ventura, it doesn't matter. Every watch collector needs a hammy, and yeah, bang for the buck, out of this world. It's a no-brainer. Hamilton in my affordable Holy Trinity for sure. So yeah guys, there you have it. The affordable Holy Trinity, Seiko, Oris, Hamilton, boom, done. I want to hear from you. What would you consider to be the Holy Trinity of affordable watch manufacturers? Leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. And guys, if you really enjoyed this episode and you want to help the channel out a little bit, go ahead, click the link in the description below and shop at the Time Teller shop. I have a ton of Orises, of Seikos, and of Hamiltons, so check them out. Click the link in the description below, shop around. I got watches, watch accessories, watch winders, watch toolkits, watch straps. The one-stop shop for the watch collector like you. What are you doing? Support the channel, click that link, and you help me out a ton. And if you're new here, if this is your first time joining us here at the Time Teller channel, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. Click that subscribe button, click that bell icon so you do not miss an episode of the Time Teller. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a live stream Q&A every Saturday, rain or shine. Don't miss out. Click that bell icon. Guys, again, like, comment, subscribe, share this with everyone you know. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Real quick, if you enjoyed this episode, then do not worry, the fun doesn't need to stop here. Check out these recommended episodes that are going to be popping up on the screen anytime now. Also, take a moment, check out my brand new channel, the Time Away channel. It's where I talk about everything outside of the watch world, some of my other collections, some of my other hobbies. And if you're not interested in any of that, don't worry, just stay right here and I will see you right here. Because I never leave. I am trapped inside of this camera. Fix the toupee.